recording myself do like these thing takes, and it's usually like 15 minutes long. So, and this is just me just started thinking about what I want to do. So yeah, I mean, look, the goal is to ultimately flip the switch for fuck these brands, and not only do I already know that, right? I already know the transition is already made. So how am I gonna actually align myself with that? So my ideas of what I need to do. I have this board on here of different things that are part of the whole nuance of having a brand and this, that, and third. So not only am I aligning myself, and this is the beauty about this is the work, right? I'm here to design. I love jackets. Um, but I want to find our own design language when it comes down to like shirts, t-shirts. People be like, "Oh, don't take it too deep." Um, Honestly, I can't. Like, I have to think deep into it. And one of the things that I'm working on is gonna be how simple. That's my goal. I want to make it simple. I want to be the Yeezus cover. We weren't supposed to make anything this good. That's how I'm taking it. So, how I'm kind of moving towards the future is, right, I'm looking, I don't have a graphic designer. Um, so I have to become a graphic designer. So I'm gonna actually be fine with that. I want to get back into my creation bag. I'm not afraid of that. Um, Everybody's been pressing. The election club hoodies are it. I know they're it. I know it's a facet, and I don't even like. I have products that I low key want to show, and I want to see how I can do it if I were to do it on a free budget, and how I can like persuade it. Uh, I really have. Did I say something that I wasn't supposed to say? Hopefully, I said something. I said ideas, because when I said ideas, I was thinking about an idea that I did. Hopefully, I didn't say that. So if you, I don't know, I probably didn't. Um, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna do it from. I'm not thinking about it. Is I have my evidence. I have our starting points. I have that we are going from star to superstars. I want fuck these brands to resemble that. When you put on fuck these brands, I want you to turn into a star. I want you to become a superstar. Every time when you decide to, depending on, and it's easy, right? I'm separating, I'm separating the creativity. So maybe it looks like me um, showing how I can make universal designs through the star products. That's something that I love, and as simple as it is, because I really think the election club hoodies are that. I think those. I think what we got going on is special, bro. And I think I know how to play this card the right way. Um, it's really not thinking too deep into it. Um, I for sure have an idea. Uh, Imagine that. Election club. Election club. So it's kind of like, how do you make this a more elevated piece? And I like the stars. I like the fact that, the difference between um, and why I like the fact that we decided to drop the jerseys is because we got a piece out there. We put a piece out into the ecosystem. So now it's kind of for me, like, even how my days are looking and how I'm like manipulating them in a sense is changing the fabric of time right now. Okay, so let's say Made for Stars. As a whole, that's a collection. If I give each collection its name, Limelight, that consists of a variation of pieces. Star Sweatsuit is crazy. That would be fire. That would actually be fire. I'm like, so what you guys just saw me do, I was actively drawing and visualizing the new set that I was thinking about and how much can I squeeze. I think this is probably the most important thing I have to do right now is to squeeze out the thought in the lane that I want to set up for the election club. I think that is something that I need to pull on a string, and I need to fill that in. I need to fill that in with sets and Made for Stars and creating the dichotomy of what it can look like. since this is kind of like the new age of like what we're going into, this is like me shaping everything. It's starting fresh. I'm not rebranding. I'm starting fresh from a clean slate of thinking, right? That means designing every day. It means knowing our audience, knowing what they like, seeing what they like, spending time on that. What are we seeing from our audience? What are we seeing that makes a person feel like they're in a zone, that makes them feel like this is a top tier fit. Of course you have accessories and all these different things, but it's what is it mirroring? What is the look? How do I feel? How do I taste? How do I believe in this situation? What situation will I wear this? Where am I going with this? I think I got $1 million idea. Not only just with that, I think I have $1 million ideas. Period. Yeah, so I'm gonna start off with audience. I'm not. So how I'm usually doing it, right? I would look at it from a different way. So I'm gonna start off with collection making, and how I'm gonna move forward is with the collection making, with the names, and I'm gonna allow myself to advantage myself every single day. So it's kind of just like moving the needle forward every single day, optimizing to the best ability, but creating these pieces where I know I can decipher by the end of this. By the end of the year, I should be able to have 300 plus pieces, 150 within the star products, 150 within the superstar products, depending on how I decipher it. But it could be 200 star products and then 100 superstar products. I want to be able to encapsulate everything and everything that I ever envisioned to create a culture around fuck these brands. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to create the narrative of what you wear and who associate themselves and align myself. So yes, you're gonna see us with Benz cars. You're gonna see us in McLarens. You're gonna see us in the top. We're gonna be superstars. Everything that encapsulates the method, we are going to apply, and that is something that is going to be super interesting to utilize because I want to align ourselves with superstar things. So what do I have to do? I have to now align who are the stars and who are the superstars. Align them and see where we at and watch it wait. Watch it work.